Hey, how's it going? I'm Clarence, and this is Alien Meatballs. This channel is all about board games with a heavy focus on solo board gaming. Today's video is we're going to take a quick look at the board game Colab by Portal Dragon. So, I'm not going to show you all of the little details of the game. What I'm going to do is tell you the theme, show you the components, and show you the main core loop, give you a really good idea of whether you would like this game or not really quickly. So the theme of the game, you are a scientist and you're walking around through this big laboratory. Actually, there's a lot of different laboratory rooms and towers in between all of your different rooms. And so you have rooms where you're going to be building monsters. There's rooms where you're building potions, rooms where you're building these contraptions like machines. And then you have little minions that you send off and they go out to the different towers and get materials and resources, and they bring them back to you in your labs so that you can build these creations. It's a pretty cool theme. So now I'm going to show you how that works in game. So the main thing you're trying to accomplish is to build these cards. And these cards represent machines, monsters, potions, and you build these cards by collecting the resources shown here at the top left of the card. So to collect these resources, what you'll be doing is placing your minions on these towers and then collecting the resources that that specific tower provides. Or you can remove your minions and bring them back to the table and you'll still collect the resources that that tower provides. So either way, whether you're placing or removing your minion, you're collecting resources. So then after you've moved your minion, you will place your scientist into a lab. So in between each set of towers, there is a different lab where you'll move your scientist and then you can perform an action. You will either collect more resources or benefits, or you can build your cards if you can afford to do so. Now, where it gets really interesting is, let's say we were going to build a card, and this card costs 1 brain and 1 leaf. So if you have those resources, you can just spend them and build your card. But if you have minions in the towers next to your lab that have those resources like these do, those can pay for the card, and then you don't have to actually spend your resources you've collected. So during the game, you'll be trying to place your minions in specific towers to collect the resources you need, but also to position them so that you can build cards more efficiently. And then each lab room lets you build a certain kind of card. So if you want to build a machine card, this icon right here in this lab lets you do that. But if you wanted to build a monster, you would have to come to this lab room. So it gets really tricky trying to position your minions into the correct rooms where you're going to build the cards that you need. So now let's say that we cannot afford to build a card right now. Then with your scientist, when you go into the lab, instead you will perform some of these actions up here, which are usually getting resources of different kinds. And the way that you get these resources, you have to have minions in the towers next to your lab. So we have 1, 2, 3 minions in these towers, and we can come over here to these upgrades and we can spend 1, 2 to buy that red die right there, and then we could spend 1 more to buy a potion and add those to our inventory. And the minions in the towers, they do not have to be yours. So no matter whose minions those are, you can spend those, and you don't spend them, they don't leave, but it costs, you spend them temporarily to buy those resources. And so now as you build your cards, you'll be adding them to your personal tableau. When you place your cards in your tableau, it's really important where you position them, as certain cards will trigger effects based on where you place them. For example, some cards have a triggering effect, and every time you place another card adjacent to it, this effect will trigger. And then other cards you'll be collecting potions on them, and then you can spin those potions to trigger off their effects. And then some cards will score points based on what cards they're next to. So the positioning of your cards in your tableau is very important. And then your ultimate goal is to complete a 12 card tableau in a 4x4 grid. Once you've completed your tableau, that will trigger the end of the game, and then you need to have achieved the correct amount of points based on your skill level to have won. To beat the AI, you have to build your tableau before they build their contraption, and you have to achieve the correct amount of points. And then we have the AI. The game comes with 4 scientist characters that you can play as, and on the back of each character board, there's rules for the AI version of that character. And in the game, you can play with multiple of the AI scientists at a time. So there's a lot of variability to the solo game. And then the rules for the AI bots are pretty simple. Every scientist comes with its own custom set of dice, and you'll roll those dice, and that'll direct you to what the AI is doing on its turn. And the AI also draws a token out of their bag each turn. And not only do these tokens direct the AI minions and scientists to move around on the board, they also count down to when the AI will flip over their next card. For example, on this weather machine card, as soon as the 3rd token comes out, they flip over the top card and add it to the tableau. And each one of these cards that gets added to the AI tableau has a special ability that will bring more chaos to your board. And this also acts as the game timer, because if the AI finishes this 9 card tableau before you build your tableau, you lose the game. Hey, so I hope that gives you a pretty good idea of how this game works, really quickly. It's a quick look, but that's, those are the main things that you're doing. But yeah, so thanks so much for checking out the channel. If you liked it, please hit like. If you want to see more of my videos and get notified, you can hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost any money, but it will notify you when I put up more videos. And otherwise, thank you so much, and have a great day.